Hey guys, XJ9 here, and today's gonna be patch 12.15 notes. And yeah, it's very late, but I had a new computer stuff going on, so yeah. Oh well, it's whatever. We're just gonna go right into this. There was a mid-patch update. The mid-patch update was fix a bug where turret damage would not increase with each consecutive shot. This was a pretty big bug, as it was affecting some pro play games as well. So it's pretty good that it got fixed, because tower diving was easy as hell. And fix the bug where Talia would not gain stacks of Tear the Goddess if her W and E were not used, but did not hit an enemy. So that's a big nerf to Talia as well. I wonder how many people were using that. Akali. So there's a bunch. Well, in general, energy champions got their energy cost lowered and whatnot. So with Akali, her energy restoration on her W was 80. Now it's got 100 energy. Max energy increase was 80. Now it's gonna be 100. So yeah, I believe she can go above her cap with her W. I believe that's how it works. So yeah, it's self-explanatory what it is. They're saying pretty much that the whole changes with energy is apparently because champions can't. They need more energy to kill people because, well, in extended fights, like they'll have to spend so much to kill one target that they run out of energy. So I mean, I'm not sure much I agree with that, just because, well, I don't really verse energy champions that too often. You'd be surprised. Like Zed's not that common in hard helos, for example. So, but a big thing about all these changes is that if they can jungle, such as Zed, his clear becomes a lot better because, well, he can spam his E more. And, well, because this is also, 4 days after the fact, yeah, his win rate actually went up quite a bit in jungle, like 2 or 3% on average. So, yeah, it's pretty darn good now because his jungle clear got buffed essentially, and his available options and how he can clear. Gwen got nerfed. True damage in center was 75%. Now it's 50% of damage dealt is converted to true damage. To be honest, it's probably not the biggest nerf considering people don't build magic resist that much. Even tanks don't build magic resist. Like, look at Gnar. Gnar builds like, boots, magical footwear, maybe, and a Triforce and some, like they don't really build MR. So, and also Gwen's even build voice staff third, so it doesn't even matter. So like, it's honestly not the biggest nerf. I would say it nerfs her ability to like do Baron more by when she's the one tanking it. I would just say that's the type of nerf it is. I kind of like it personally because I have kind of liked her true damage on the Q. I kind of even like the 100% true damage on the Q. Oh, when you hit the center, I don't know. Again, people kind of joke about it too. They say like in pro play, people keep on picking melees into Gwen, which is like, yeah, is it the Gwen the champion, or does people just suck and can't adjust? I kind of miss the 100% true damage, but oh well, I guess whatever. But I kind of like the 100. I like the true damage before, but whatever. Her jungle also apparently I think really sucks on. I think she just clears too slow initially. I'm not sure. It's probably like on par with Gwen, maybe, I don't know. Callista base attack damage was 69. Now it's 66. That's a very big nerf just because, well, all the AD ratios and such. So, is she still good though? I would say she's still good. I think she was even. I think Callista's always pretty solid. People only really play her when she's just like a bit above borderline. Um, yeah. I mean, maybe we'll see her Callista if they ever do like League Voice or something in solo queue. But I think she's really. I honestly think she's really good. It's just people just kind of stink. It's probably just something to do with the ultimate, honestly. Ken W electrical surge cooldown was 14 to 6. Now it's 13 to 6. Magic damage was 60 to 160. Now it's 70 to 170. And his R slicing maelstrom was magic damage per bolt was 40 to 110, 20% AP. Now it's 40 to 110, 22.5% AP. I should have probably said the max damage to a champion because I forget how it works. I think it's after 3 hits it does reduce damage. It probably should have said the max damage, but oh well. The R buff isn't the biggest. I mean, is it the biggest deal? I'm not sure how much big deal. It's kind of just slight adjustments because Ken's always been kind of like, again, borderline. If Ken's a little bit too strong, then all of a sudden he's broken champion. Biggest thing I see with people make mistakes with Ken is they desync their TP with objectives such as Dragon and ult one person, or just don't start fights. Like, people just don't know how to start fights. Like if you're someone who picks like an assassin and you pick Ken, I don't think it's gonna be in your blood, honestly, to start fights because these people just want to KS all day. Lee got adjusted. Pretty big buffs overall. Q energy cost was 30, now it's 25. W was energy cost was 30, now it's 25, and E energy cost was 30, now it's 25. And this goes for Q1, Q2, and W in like both all the versions, like the first W, the first E, and the second E, and the second W. Um, some people have said like, oh, it helps bad players more than good players, but like, no, it still helps good players because it means like when you're doing some all in or doing some clear, you can now get away with using like using your W twice on Lee and then using like a Q and like instantly killing it, just get a burst heal or something. You can and then like using your E to like build up your attack speed. Like this opens up a lot more potential. I don't like that people just immediately just go, oh, this helps bad players. It actually opens up more potentials with how you do like clears or sustain and such. Leona, mana cost for her Q was 45 to 65. Now it's 35 to 55. I think that's fine. I think her mana cost. I think I played her like once in like an ARAM, and yeah, I mean it's kind of silly, but I think that's fine. Our slower flare stun and slow duration was 1.5. Now it's 1.75 seconds. That's a pretty big buff. Every time these champions get buffed with 0.25 more CC duration, it's usually pretty big. So I think I'll definitely see more Leona. That's really ginormous. That gives a lot more time to react. Lilia got a ginormous buff. Ginormous. Monster damage cap on her passive was 40 to 100, levels 1 through 18. That's 50 to 150, levels 1 through 18. I honestly forget whether or not this is per second or the entire damage. I'm pretty sure it's per second. I kind of don't know. Oops. But regardless, it's a ginormous buff. First off, level 1, she has 10 more damage on the passive. And as she levels up, she will have more damage, and it caps out 50 higher. That is ginormous. Yeah, I would say she's honestly extremely strong right now because her last buff with her Q helped her out a lot with her mana cost, but now it's just like holy snap. Again, this isn't to champions; it's just monster damage, but like still, she can clear so fast now with this. Best Sheep, Wuju style cooldown was 18 to 14. Now it's 18 seconds all ranks. That's pretty good just because, well, can't use it all the time in clears, I guess, and so, I don't know what else. I mean, he has resets, so I'm not sure how big of a nerf that is. E-maxing first was also, I don't think, as good anyway, because they say, oh, it prevents E-max, but I don't think it was that good anyway. Kiana, damage on her passive was 1583, is level 1 through 18. 45% bonus AD, 3% AP. Now it's 1583, so the same base damage. 30% bonus AD. So yeah, 50% bonus AD nerf on her passive. And there was a bug fixed the bug where Kiana could apply an extra pocket of her passive with first strike equipped. So yeah, she got double smacked. I'm probably gonna sell banner because a lot of people actually elo boost with this champion. So if you're seeing a lot of Kianas, they're probably elo boosters or like a Smurf. Just saying, because that's just how they are, guys. It's a stereotype. Lol. Rammus Got Buffs. I don't think they're the biggest deal though. Cooldown on Rolling Sand was 110 to 80 seconds. Now it's 90 seconds all rings. That's a pretty big buff. Base cast range was 600. Now it's 800. It's pretty nice. Dash growth was 1.3. Now it's 1.5. And this is how much the range will scale with movement speed. Minimum dash speed was 700. Now it's 900. Maximum dash speed was 1800. Now it's 2000. I'll be honest. The biggest problem with Rammus is there's two issues with Rammus, or even three. One, he can't kill Dragon that effectively because attacks don't reflect any damage because it's a spell, not an auto. They should probably change that or make an exception. Or even change Rammus so like maybe a spell reflects. That'd be interesting. They can do that, or another issue is I feel like his taunt should either last longer, but by like legit like 0.25 or even 0.5 at max rank. Doesn't mean you get to buff his early game taunt. Or his taunt could stay the same duration, but make it an AoE, a small AoE around him. I think the small AoE around him, I actually am a big fan of that. Because the reason why I like that is because the third problem I think there is with him is when you are and then like when you Q and then you are, it looks cool. But if they simply flash it, you just kind of instantly die by if you got like CC'd and then just instantly bursted. Because you end your power ball, so it's not like you, oh, they flashed my R while I was in Q, I can just Q into them. No, it runs out. It's not like Volibear. Volibear, when he Rs, he keeps his Q, he doesn't lose his Q. So they should, again, if they, there's a lot of things they could do, but if they made him still be in his Q Powerball while using his R, that'd be a ginormous change. And sorry, I need to put performance on. Because the other thing is he gets CC'd instantly before he lands, or as he lands, he can't even W, then he just instantly dies. And if they chose not to do that, but they gave him an AoE taunt, that'd be nice because then while he can hit, if he does hit his R on someone or get into a good position, like he doesn't maybe not even have to hit it, he can just get into a good position. He can then AoE taunt everyone. I like the idea of an AoE taunt because I feel like Rammus is like he can tank, but the problem is that he can only tank one person. He can't tank like a big team of people. And I just feel like his taunt lasts too short for one person. And again, like he's only strong if you attack him. If you just ignore him, he doesn't do anything. Shen, energy refund on dash was 30 to 40. Now it's 30 to 50. I'm not sure what levels these are. I mean, hey, I'm gonna Google this fast because they didn't explain. Based on levels, it was levels 1, 4, and 12. So level 4, he gets a slight energy buff actually. So level 4 power spike with Shen, guys. Remember that. And level 12, he gets a little bit of a power spike. So yeah, level 4 Shen gets a little bit stronger with what he can do with his combos now, which is nice. Singe got pretty big buffs. Bonus movement speed on his passive was 20%. Now it's 25%. Per target cooldown was 10 seconds. Now it's 8 seconds. Our Insanity Potion bonus stats was 20 to 100. Now it's 30 to 100. Overall, it's a really game that's got ginormously buffed. Plus, the per target cooldown is pretty crazy because it means that if he like is walking past you guys with his passive, he can just like walk past you again. So yeah, he got ginormous buffs. Which is fine because I think his win rate was shit because I think people were only playing with because of the Predator cheese stuff. Severe got nerfed. 80 attack damage gross was 3.3. Now it's 3. Cooldown on her E was 22 to 14. Now it's 24 to 18. R on the hunt cooldown was 100 to 70. Now it's 120 to 80. I played this champion. This champion still feels freaking crazy. It's crazy how fast she clears and how much damage she does, honestly. But she's still very strong. Again, like, this is just strong doesn't mean she's OP. I'm not sure how OP she is, but she is very strong still. So take that as you will. Talia, E Unraveling Earth cooldown was 16 to 12 seconds. Now it's 18 to 14 seconds. Pretty big nerf, honestly. R reverse wall duration was 5 seconds. That was 4 seconds. That's also a ginormous nerf in like like with a poppy or whatever. Thresh cooldown on his Q was 20 to 12. Now it's 19 to 11. Small buff. Magic damage was 80 to 240. Now it's 100 to 260. Pretty big buff. 20 more damage on all ins is pretty crazy. So yeah, if you like all inning and doing stuff with Thresh, that 20 more damage is pretty. It's like a blitzcrank. It's like the blitzcrank buff. Zed got 2 buffs. Living Shadow spell mimic range on his W was 2,000 range. That's no limit. I'm not sure how much this matters. This probably matters like some super crazy scenario where like you put the W behind you, you flash in Prowler's Claw R or something, and like they flash away. It's some crazy shit. I don't even know how you can even go 2,000. I've never seen a Zed go that far away from a W in my life, but it's whatever, honestly. E Sarah slash energy cost was 50. Now it's 40. Pretty big buff. This is why his win rate went so much in jungles because you can spam this so much more. Again, it matters more in jungle than lane, honestly. But again, regardless, I'm probably definitely gonna play him just because, well, that just feels nice. Divine Thunder, Spellblade heal was 65%. Now it's 55% of pretty mitigation damage. All the ratios are the same. So yeah, it was just healing too much. People are still complaining about this item. So yep. Mercs. What do I think about this? It's also funny because I think this is how they were actually. Was this how they were doing? I don't know. But regardless, this is like the number I would have put to begin with. I'm not sure why they were. I think before they put like 75%. I was like, that's not correct. It should be like 50%. So they're getting very close. So it's still a very strong item. Don't get me wrong. Merc Scimitar magic resistance was 30. Now it's 40. Active duration on quick silver active duration was 1 second. Now it's 1.5 seconds. Silvermere Dawn, magic resist was 35, down it's 40. Quicksilver's active bonus stats was 40% tenacity and 40% slow resist. Now it's 50% tenacity, 50% slow resist. I'm going to be honest, one thing you should maybe do about these items is when you complete the item, because Sash can only cleanse like stuns and such, why don't they just make it so these 2 items can cleanse like knockup? I think they used to be able to cleanse knockup, But why not make the complete items cleanse lockup? I don't know why they don't do that. I think that'd be very interesting because then you have to actually invest in a huge item to get a cleanse on a knockup or like all forms of CC, not just stuns. I'm not sure how game breaking that would be, but it's still a huge investment for a defensive option though. It'd probably be a ginormous nerf of champions like Vi though. But again, it's a big investment, so I don't know. First strike, bonus true damage. Yeah, true damage was 10%. Now it's 9%. Pretty fine. It still does a lot of damage, but the gold got reduced. But it's still a very strong rune. This rune's very strong because if you could snowball and like get like picks or like go into a lane and harass fast, you can get a lot of money. Like with that jungle, let's say like your goal wasn't even to kill him, you can go like walk up and WEQ and maybe auto and yeah, you just make a lot of money off that still. I don't care about Ultimate Spellbook. Some bug fixes. Akali R indicator will now correctly show as on cooldown after R2 cast. Kaisa R now correctly functions by applying the plasma indicator on your own auto attacks or any of your team's mobilize effect updated tool that matches usage. It wasn't doing that, I guess. Urgot R no longer disables spell slots incorrectly when locked by other sources. Interesting. That's a good nerf, I guess. Nico R no longer turns the owner invisible when dying before the cast finishes. Isn't this ultimate spellbook? Oh, these are ultimate spellbook fixes. Okay, I actually don't care about that then. RP price increasing because of inflation. So yeah, so doing some rank changes. So what is it? From now on, players with an MMR correlating to master or above will no longer be able to do in rank solo duo, even if the rank is not master or higher. Pretty much, guys, that affects people who are abusing the system by like dodging, like they're master MMR, but they're dodging games and stuff, and blah blah blah. I don't care. I don't like talk about this stuff because people are just disgusting how much they abuse the system. But that's good. Bug fixes and quality life changes. Fix a bug where Yumi would be unable to use swap summoner spells from unsealed spellbook after using teleport. Fix a bug where Viego would look like a polymorph champion if you killed and possessed a champion under the effects of polymorph. I think this bug's been around since the release. Fix a bug where Belveth Eve Royal Maelstrom would not cancel when casting her R Aimless Pigment on an out of range Void Coral. That's good. Fix a bug that caused Nihil's passive Joy Unending to be audible from Fog of War. That's a big buff that a big bug that they fixed. Fix a bug that now has passive Joy Unending to trigger with Ocean Drake's Dragon's buff. That's a big nerf then to her. Apparently that was unintended. Fix a bug where LeBlanc's W Distortion was doing slightly less damage at rank 3 than intended. That's interesting. Fix a bug where Evelyn's stealth would break after a target she killed entered a zombie form and then died again. Example of Zion's passive. Fix a bug where a single target range indication would sometimes follow enemies throughout the Fog of War. That's a big bug. Jesus. I don't know why this game's breaking so much lately. Fix a bug where Rockin would automatically cast a second E battle dance to an ally after using flash. That's a big bug that they fixed. Fix a bug where Young could activate abilities while in a spirit form while locked in the Blast Cone CC. That's a big bug. Fix the bug where Leona's tournament burn effect was not working correctly. I have no idea what that means. I kind of wish I explained. Fix the bug where Blade the Rune King was doing less damage if it was purchased after all the item. That's a good change, but apparently it wasn't fixed fully with like Wit's End, so I'm not sure about that. Fix the bug where Swain's second E never move could pull targets that were in stasis. That's a big nerf, I guess. Fix the bug where Riffrail would not charge at Howard if it spawned next to him. That's a big change as well, so that's good. And some skins as well. I'm not sure if they actually fixed the Blade Rune King thing. Some guy in Reddit showed like, oh, I bought my Wit's End, or like they refunded. Like again, they didn't give like full context, but they're like, we don't know what they did prior, so I'm not sure if that's the case, if it's fully fixed. But regardless, they're trying. Overall, pretty good patch. I like it. Some people complain and say like, oh, there's not enough changes about shaking the meta. Well, the thing is, it's about to be Worlds, so you don't want to change the meta too much. And because of the Worlds, it's about to be preseason, so why not just save it till preseason and actually for preseason? Because the biggest complaint people have is that there's preseason, nothing really happens, and then in like January or February, it's like, okay, here's all these changes. It's like, why wasn't this for preseason? It's kind of like funny. So yeah, overall pretty good. Bye.